Hey, how are all of you? My goodness, I feel like I missed my family. Hold on, just want to make sure I got everything ready to go. Yes, yes, yes. Anyway, greetings and salutations, my friends. The chat's going in full force. I see you got your pen and paper ready. That's good, good, good. Welcome to Off the Cuff if this is your first time. My name is Delora OBrien. No, I'm not Irish, but if you listen to me enough, you're going to find that out. Hey, everyone. I see everybody saying hello. Yeah, cute top, right? Okay, I'll get to that in a second. But just a couple announcements. OTC Friday, Double Decker Delora Day. That's going to be awesome. We're going to be doing, I don't want to tell you what I'm doing Friday in the morning. Well, I'm not going to tell you either one. Those are going to be two major shows. If you want to be part of that, go over to rumble.com and subscribe to our channel. It's called Delora OBrien The Gathering. You can find it if you look hard, even though they try to bury me, but they will never, even though they try. Okay, and then Sunday, same place, and Rumble, gathering at Solomon's Porch on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. You can also join us over at Facebook, which is Dennis and Delora The Gathering, and you can pick us up there. We don't do it on here because sometimes we say things, and last time we did a Rumble on here during a prayer, we said some things, and I ended up getting a strike, so not going there. So we're doing Rumble and Facebook. Okay, like my top, people are already mentioning it. It's got like, it's stretchy. It's got like these, it looks like stripes almost. Comes in two colors. It's called Cool Fashion Rib Top. Now, for those of you who don't know, no, I'm not in the clothing business. No, I don't hawk clothes. No, I don't press you guys silver, gold, and this and that and that. No, I don't. I got two fundraisers. One of them is this. When we started doing the gatherings and now the Impact Center, every dime we can get toward that. We just want to start impact centers all over the country. We're looking for the first one, hoping a door opens and we can kind of walk through it. But until then, we're doing what we can to move in that direction. So it's called Cool Fashion Rib Top, two colors. Go over and get it at joyandcountry.com. But I promised you this. I promised you a new necklace. Take a look at this baby. Now, it's a 24-inch, but it's a toggle. Let me show you. See what happens? Very cool. Now, this is an Austrian crystal. This says, God's got this. And this is an angel's feather. We call it God's got this under his feather. 24-inch toggle necklace. It is also... You can put it over your head or you can do it that way, any way you want. But just remember this, okay? When you go there to buy this or buy this, take off about $8 or $7 because that's what shipping costs. Shipping is crazy. And we give everybody in the United States free shipping. So that's what you have to do. But now I just got to tell you one quick thing about this. We had spoken, this is... someone we met because of the gathering, and then she's become a friend. She's brilliant and just very creative. And we asked her if she would do special designs for us. This, like I said, this is Austrian. What holds it is from Israel. That it's like an antique silver. All of this, it's just, and there's 4 styles. So there's this, and then a longer 30-inch, and then there's this with, instead of the crystal, there's a little black onyx and a feather. And in the 30-inch, they're kind of, the feather's a little bit bigger. But you go to Delora's Closet on joyandcountry.com and you check these out and you'll understand what I'm saying. You can go look at them. Now, I'm telling you, we only have so many. Like the bracelets she made. Last week, I had 10, boom, gone. So I'm trying to get more. We're speaking to her. So anyway, always free shipping. And if it's your first time ordering, welcome 10 is a discount code. Okay. All right, cool. That's done. For those of you that miss it on the other end, This is going to be, what do you mean? What do you mean? Really? At the same time? That's funny. Oh, Joe, where are you, Joe? Everybody's telling me Joe Dingle. Joe. Okay, I gotta tell you about Joe. And Joe, you know I don't do this, but for you, brother, man, you're my heart. You know that. Put your new channel 9 a.m. every morning. Joe Dingle's going on. Joe Dingle has been praying on Fab 4 and getting miracles are happening. So, Joe, put it in the chat, and put it in the comments later too. Put your channel, your YouTube channel, and you know, if I start talking to you, then I'm going to end up not getting this done. So you can't say much. Just put up your channel. Okay. All right. So let me just say this. Okay. It's a little bit of a explanation and disclaimer. If you didn't watch last week when I was talking about foods that kill, you got to kind of watch that, because this is like part 2 that I promised everyone, although it's not really part 2. The stuff you're going to hear here is going to blow your mind. But Dennis and I had a toxic load test done. That and it was through hair, and we had one other way. And when you do that and you have your hair done, little near the end, where if you dye your hair, you have to wait till you got like this much gray, and then you take it from there. But little pieces, it's not much, but from like 4 different areas. And what you do is you get it tested, okay? And we did, and we found out that our toxic load is like huge. Like we got tons of stuff we're dealing with. Now I'm going to go into that a little bit more. You know me, I'm very transparent. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect emotionally, physically, spiritually. Dennis and I are not perfect. We're like you. God's called us to pastorate. God's called us to be shepherds, and we are. And nobody loves the people that are in our community, and those we're hoping that will be part of the gathering when we have a brick and mortar in the Impact Center. No one will love more than us. It's just who we are. And it's the heart that God gave us. Along with that heart is trying to bring truth to people, especially truths that will save their life. Okay? Once you're sick, digging out of that hole is a lot harder than prevention. That said, I am not a doctor. I am not giving you medical advice. That's not who I am. That's not who we are. I am relaying to you experience and suggestions that has helped me become healthy, and I believe will help you. Okay. Yesterday, just so you know, Dennis and I had a 2+ hour meeting with the medical, they're not medical, the functional patient doctors, I don't know what else to call them, without, saying anything. And they are helping us dig out of this hole that we got into, semi fault of our own, and also things that are beyond our control, that now we know how to dig out of that hole, so it never happens again. So I was much worse off than Dennis. He has stuff, but I was off the charts. I mean, he actually said to me, the practitioner said to me, "This is the worst heavy metals report I have ever seen." Now, why? I eat well. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to go through today things like, let me just start off. I got to, and this is off the cuff. Okay, this isn't anything I plan to say. Dennis and I were meeting. We meet every morning. We have a cup of tea, whatever, and we talk. And this morning we were talking about this, because this is the last few days. This is where our brain has been, and we've been making sure, because we got a lot to do. We got to stay healthy. So now we're digging ourselves out of a hole. So he said, I eat a lot of like blueberries. I eat, fruit and different things. And so I wash them. I don't wash them. I use no public water at all. And you're going to understand that in a minute. And so what happened was we discovered something. I was reading about mold. I have mold, fungus, bacteria through my body, every kind of mold, including radioactive. Okay, is what I got. I'm not going to say I got. I'm not owning it. Okay, I'm moving forward with God, and I know by the grace of God, this is going to be gone. So I'm not going to own this stuff. This is what was discovered, and now we're going to treat it. But this is what I realized. I love blueberries, and I buy organic blueberries, and I wash them well in filtered water. And then I drain them out and I put them in the refrigerator. Well, that doesn't get rid of mold and fungus. So Dennis and I had to go online and find an organic fruit and vegetable spray that you spray that's good for you, the spray, and you need to soak them in water. Get her done. Wild blueberries, doesn't matter. They're fungus. They attract fungus. All this stuff attracts fungus. Fungus is what I'm dealing with. And mold, every kind of mold. Dennis to a lesser degree, but I eat better than him. Go figure. I eat more fruit. I eat more vegetables. I eat more salad. So now I'm realizing washing is highly, highly important. And it's an organic, if Dennis finds it and puts it up. We haven't tried it yet, though. I'm kind of like, I'll tell you about it once I'm on the other side and I realize it works. So considering the amount of pesticides that were found in my tests, and even, like I said, radioactive metal, we had a lot of questions. We're now following a specific protocol. It's not for you. It's for me. One's for Dennis. That said, there are guidelines I can share with you and tips to get you healthier that I learned to help me get past that. Renee, I don't know. Maybe. I just know that this works, the thing I'm getting. One of the chemicals found in most water supplies as well as food, believe it or not, but it's mostly found in pesticides, and it was found in my body is atrazine. Now, I got to tell you about atrazine, okay? Atrazine is everywhere. It's very hard to get away from it. Why? Why is that? So I'm going to play you a little video, but I gotta go down this road to set up the whole thing. In 1997, a University of California scientist, his name is Tyrone Hayes, discovered that atrazine is one of the most deadly chemicals known to man. Okay. He was hired by Syngenta that produces atrazine. And he was hired in 1997. Syngenta is the giant in the pest control industry. And so they apply this to golf courses, Christmas tree farms, the beautiful, like, especially if you live in Florida or somewhere, or California, where the foliage is very lush. It's on the beautiful walkways of greenery, and it's all there. Okay. That's where it is. This herbicide has harmful effects on the endocrine system. But when he went to publish the results, the manufacturer launched a campaign to discredit this man. Okay. It's applied to almost all the corn crops in the United States. And they were testing it. Tyrone Hayes, this professor of science, was testing it on frogs. And Syngenta hired him to give them a good report, but he found stuff. And so they published an article in New Yorker magazine smearing him because of what he was saying. Now you have to understand, the reputation of Tyrone Hayes that was destroyed by Syngenta is why the EPA did not ban it, even though 44 countries, including the entire European Union and nearly half of the countries in the world that exist that could use it, have banned it. Okay? So I want you to watch this short couple-minute video.
Joined by TH himself. That's right. Tyrone Hayes is with us, professor of integrative biology at the University of California, Berkeley, joining us from the campus TV station right now in Berkeley.
Here at Berkeley, I was a new assistant professor. I was already studying the effects of hormones and the effects of chemicals that interfere with hormones on amphibian development. And I was approached by the manufacturer and asked to study the effects of atrazine, the herbicide, on frogs. Well, initially they seemed sort of supportive. We designed more studies, we designed more analysis, and they encouraged me to do more analysis. But as the further analysis just supported the original finding, they became less interested in moving forward very quickly. And eventually they moved to asking me to manipulate data or to misrepresent data. And ultimately they told me I could not publish or could not talk about the data outside of their closed panel.
And Professor Hayes, talk about exactly what you found. What were the abnormalities you found in frogs, the gender-bending nature of this drug, atrazine?
Well, initially we found that the larynx or the voice box in exposed males didn't grow properly. And this was an indication that the male hormone testosterone was not being produced at appropriate levels. And eventually we found that not only were these males demasculinized or chemically castrated, but they also were starting to develop ovaries or starting to develop eggs. And eventually we discovered that these males didn't breed properly, that some of the males actually completely turned into females. So we had genetic males that were laying eggs and reproducing as females. And before the EPA became involved, the company tried to purchase the data. They tried to give me a new contract so that they would then control the data and the experiments. They actually tried to get me to come and visit the company to get control of those data. And when I refused, I invited them to the university. I offered to share data, but they wanted to purchase the data. And then they actually, as mentioned in the New York article, they actually hired scientists to try to refute the data or to pick apart the data, and eventually they hired scientists to do experiments that they claim refuted our data, and then that escalated to the company, actually Tim Pasteur in particular, and others from the company coming to presentations or lectures that I was giving to make handouts or to stand up and refute the data, and eventually it even led to things like threats of violence. Tim Pasteur, for example, before I would give a talk, would literally threaten, whisper in my ear that he could have me lynched, or he would said he would send some of his good old boys to show me what it's like to be gay, or at one point he threatened my wife and my daughter with sexual violence. He would whisper things like, "Your wife's at home alone right now. How do you know I haven't sent somebody there to take care of her? Isn't your daughter there?" So eventually it really slipped into some, pretty scary tactics.
Okay. That's shocking. That's number one. That's pretty shocking. But I want to continue. I don't want to just camp there. You can go back and watch it again if you want. But I'm going to read to you. Atrazine is an herbicide that can contaminate surface water and groundwater and can enter waterways through agricultural runoff. Atrazine is one of the most widely and heavily used herbicides in American culture. The EPA estimates 70 million pounds are applied to crops every year, and atrazine-laced runoff from farm fields pollutes streams, rivers, and groundwater, and communities' drinking water. It resists degradation from heat and sunlight. It's the most commonly used and affected pesticide found in the public water supply. It can cause health problems, and even if walking on a lawn and you breathe it, playing golf and you breathe it. Some studies associate exposure to atrazine contaminated water with increased cancer risk, shorter pregnancies, altered hormones. You can test your water using a level 1 or level 2 test. I'll go in through that. I'm going to go into that in a minute. It's made in the laboratory. It does not occur naturally. It's used on sugarcane, corn, pineapples, sorghum, macadamia nuts, and evergreen farms. So now, hello, you buy a Christmas tree, you get an evergreen tree. It's got, more than likely, that beauty's got atrazine on it. You bring it into your home. Your dog, stuff comes off on the floor. Your dog licks the floor. Your kid drops a toy, throws it into the tree. You pick it up and you touch it. Then they lick their hands. This is deadly, okay? It's been used to keep weeds from growing on both highway and railroad rights of way. Yes, atrazine was found in my body and Dennis's. Not happy about it. We have made total changes, and I'm going to tell you what happened in a minute. The most important thing to do is get more information about whether your drinking water contains atrazine. Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you. What you can do. Where is that? What did I do with that? Okay, not yet. Let me just do this. The good news is atrazine only lasts in your body for 24 to 48 hours. So why was it still in our body? Why was mine so high? Because the house that we rent has lawn care involved in it. Okay. And every week they come by and they spray for pesticides. Yes, no fault of our own. Problem is when you're being bombarded with it daily, no matter what you do to get rid of it, even though your body's trying to flush it. And I'm going to explain about flushing in a little bit. So these are the states that use it most. Florida, obviously, Florida lawns, golf courses, beautiful, all the beautiful walkways, everything that you see. Also, Delaware, very high. Iowa, very high. Illinois, very high. Indiana, Ohio, and Nebraska. They use the most of that 70 million pounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 states. It's also found in the area around Superfunds. Now, remember what a Superfund is. It's a contaminated site that the EPA says they're cleaning up. So it could be a manufacturing site, a processing plant, a nuclear plant, landfill, mining site, okay? Mostly atrazine is breathed in from lawn maintenance, town greens, all that stuff. You know, when you go to the town green and they're having a concert and you lay your blanket on that ground and then you sit on it, then you take the blanket home and you use it. Guess what you got in that blanket? Atrazine. Okay, now how do you check your water? You can check your water to see what you've gotten it. Now don't fall over because it's a lot of garbage. All right. So here's the thing. You go to ewg.org/ here, let me put my face back in there. Hold on. Hold on. There you go. ewg.org/tap water. Okay. So this is when you go there, this is what you're going to see. You enter your zip code and you hit go. When I did that, this is what I got from where we live. Now watch this. Everything that is in there was in me. You got to understand, radium, 12 times the amount of health guideline potential effect, cancer. Cadmium in my body, potential effect, harm to the kidney. You remember I was out 6 weeks with kidney stones? Boom, cadmium. Chlorate 2 times. Wait, it gets better. HAA5, 174 times the amount of in our public water that comes into our house that we rent. Okay, this is what we found. It's shocking. It's shocking. Now, we don't use public water to cook with. We use filtered water. We have a what do you call that? On our shower head that takes out some of the stuff. Needless to say, we've got to get a better one. We breathe the air. We're breathing pesticides. That's where this stuff is coming from. Okay. So what I did learn that is really incredible that I can share with you about chemtrails, and which I did last week, and pesticides, is people will say, well, we need to detox. And this is what I learned. No, that's not the first thing you do, because what'll happen is you'll end up, you'll make you feel sick to your stomach and your intestines, and you get what is called a Herx symptom. And because it's trying to detox, but it's not the detox that's doing it. It's because your drainage funnel is clogged. There's nowhere for the detox to go. These symptoms of detox should not be normal. If you've got a healthy drainage system, you will detox and everything will come out of you. So this is what I've learned. Let me show you. Here's your body's drainage funnel. All right. It starts with the cells, goes into organs and tissues, kidney, liver. They pull all the toxins out. Then the lymphatic system, liver and bile ducts, and then the colon. Now, let me tell you the problem, okay? If your colon, that's healthy, here's the issue. If you get clogged, you see how it's leaky? Remember the leaky thing, the leaky gut, all these things. Look on the right where it says clogged. Skin, kidneys, and lungs. If it got down to liver and bile ducts, those are the things that would be affected from the lymph system into the liver and bile ducts. Now, if your colon, say you have colon issues, okay, you can't digest. I've had that and still do to a degree, but getting much better. And you have gastric issues, you have IBS, you have all these things happening in your small and large intestines, in your whole colon. Everything from the cells, organs and tissues, lymphatic system, liver and bile ducts will not be released from your body. That's why people who have, oh boy, she's right. SW, you're right on it, girl. You're right on it. Hold that for later. Please hold that. Okay. That is very important what you just said. I'm not going to put it up. I gotta keep going. Now, if that is, everybody's giving answers. Most of you are wrong. Okay. Colon, very important organ, of course, Renee. But probiotics, all that stuff is great, but it does not do anything if you have a clogged drainage funnel. There's no way. It is literally impossible. I found this out just recently. Okay. So detox versus drainage. All right. And then I'm going to give you some amazing tips. Detoxing is grabbing onto the harmful chemicals and pulling them out of the body. Correct? Just what I just said. But here's the issue. No matter how much you detox, it'll get stored in your tissues. It'll get stored in your organs if you cannot drain the detox substances out of your body. And like I said, I can't handle detoxing. It affects me this way, herxing, all these things. And they keep going thinking, no, I'll power through this. I'll get through it. No. The body isn't training. So how do you do that? Metabolic cleanses is one way to go, but this is what I would tell you to do. I can't give you mine because mine's specifically for me. All right. So what you have to do is you have to look up cleanses or supplements that promote body drainage. Okay. You do that. I would do it in Google because Google will bring up more things than like Brave or DuckDuckGo. You could do DuckDuckGo and Brave too, but they will bring up more. After 4 or 5 weeks of taking these supplements and you're going to feel the drainage, then you can start detoxing. So then when you go back and you start detoxing, everything starts draining. Okay. I was even trying to do lymphatic draining. So every time before I took a shower in the morning, I had a dry brush and I would brush everything toward my heart. That's great. But it's like, it's like getting on a treadmill and saying, I'm going to get to New York in 3 days. And you're still in the same spot because you're running in place. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you a little story that's actually shocking. Beethoven, they just released this in New York Times today. I got it 10 minutes before I came on. He became totally deaf at 53 years old. Now, he started going deaf in his 20s, and it was very hard for him. Beethoven and Bach are like two of my favorites. I used to play both of them on piano. But why did he go deaf? And why was he plagued with like unrelenting abdominal cramps and diarrhea and constipation and all this stuff? So what had happened was a bunch of fans were trying to figure out why. Why would he go deaf? People that were into health and love Beethoven, was it Paget's disease of the bone? Was it something in his skull? Was it no one knew, was it something pancreatitis or diabetes or stuff like that. But after 200 years, again, look it up in the New York Times, came out today, a discovery of a toxic substance in the hair of Beethoven. Things were discovered. William Meredith, founding director of the Ira F. Brilliant Center for Beethoven Studies and San Jose State University in California, was searching for hair locks. He heard that they were around. He heard that people had them. He was looking in museums. He was looking at auctions. Finally, he located 5 locks that he brought, apparently, in an Australian businessman. Here, let me show you. An Australian businessman with a passion for Beethoven owned this, okay? At Beethoven's request in 1802, that when he died, doctors might attempt to figure out why he had been so ill and why he became deaf. Mr. Brown sent 2 of the locks to a specialized lab at the Mayo Clinic that William Meredith could do this, okay? The lab director took the hair and found 258 micrograms of lead per hair in one group and 380 micrograms of lead in another group. A normal level in hair is less than 4 micrograms, okay? It showed that Beethoven was exposed to high levels of lead. The highest values in hair I've ever seen, he added. We had samples from around the world. This is incredible. Beethoven's hair also had arsenic levels 13 times what is normal, and mercury levels 4 times the normal amount. But the high amounts of lead in particular could have caused almost all of these ailments. So where did he get it from? First of all, cheap wine. He drank tons of cheap wine. Apparently, he ate very poorly, ate anything he wanted. Lead sugar was big during this time. It's called lead acetate. It was added to the poor quality of wine to taste better. And he also took 70 6 medicines for his to try to help him that were made with lead. Now, that got me thinking, are there meds that people are taking that have lead in them? Sadly, yes. That is something that you have to do. You have to investigate. If you're on whatever you're on, go find the ingredients. Don't just take it. Find the ingredients. If it's got lead in it and you're taking it every day or 3 times a day, there's a lot you can do. Okay. I'm trying to help. I'm helping me as I'm helping you. Okay. You know, truth comes to me, truth goes out. It comes in, it goes out. So this is what I'm doing at the risk of exposing myself. And I don't care. I just want you guys to be healthy. We need all of you. Okay. The next step in this journey, we need all of you. Okay. So please hear this, share it, give it to people, give it to somebody that's sick. Please. I'm not doing this for my health. Oh yeah, I am doing it for my health. That was funny. Okay. 8 laws of health needed to stay healthy. Very simple, but let me give it to you. Okay. Pure air, especially in your bedroom where you spend a third of your life. Get the cheapest darn air purifier you can get and stick it in your bedroom. Okay. Or if you've got one and you can't afford one outside and one in the bedroom. I did this for years. I had one in my bedroom, and during the day, I moved it out where I was. And then I moved it back in the bedroom. They're little, they're not big. So you can do that. Sunshine, at least 20 minutes a day. It doesn't mean you lay on the beach for 3 hours, 7 days a week. 20 minutes a day. It's great. Best vitamin D you can get. Temperance. Be aware of your acid condition. They've got little things you can check your urine. It's like $4 or $5. Little tabs you can get in a drugstore, a pharmacy, even a grocery store, and it checks your pH. Okay, and then it'll tell you the correct pH, and then you realize, what am I eating that's acidic, that's creating this acid? In acid environment, that's when disease takes hold. Your body really should be neutral, and if anything, it should be more alkaline. Rest. This is a big one for me. I had to learn to rest. When I get off of here, I have lunch and I rest. I try. It's hard because my brain, even with what I'm dealing with, and even the practitioners I'm working with are like, oh, we see you on off the cuff. How do you do that with what you're dealing with? It's just who I am. I power through. I just power through because it's important. Now, proper diet, alkaline, vegetables, green vegetables, fruits, wash them all. If you can't wash them and you only can buy conventional, peel the apple. Okay. Realize that all of these little things add up to a lot of things. Ask me or Dennis. We found that out. Pure water. Careful with minerals in spring water. I was very high in a lot of minerals. That was really not good for me. Now, someone had mentioned it. You're better off getting a small distiller, not too much money, or buying distilled water. The problem is if you buy distilled water, it's in plastic. You got to make sure it's BPA free, because my BPA was off the chart, literally off the chart, couldn't go any higher because I lived on bottled water. Not anymore. So everything's glass cup. I got water in this. I'm done. Every little thing. You got to watch every little thing. Do you want to live? You either live to eat or eat to live. And that's the bottom line. So pure water, get distilled, but it's said to, hasn't been proven, that it will strip electrolytes. So what you do is you take either a pinch of pink Himalayan, or better yet, Celtic salt, a little pinch, CEL, CELTIC, and a pinch of that in a container, a big container of water, maybe 18, 20 ounces. You should drink at least half of your weight a day in pure water. Lastly, Trust in God. Okay. God, look, I got led. I told you what happened. I got led to these people because I ran into one in the middle of at the hair salon, and we it was like a connection and deep calling into deep. And then I found out she's connected with this other guy, and they're functional practitioners, and she does the hair testing and all this stuff. Okay, because God did that. God did that for me. Okay, He knows I got a big mouth. Doing it for me, I'm going to make sure to do it for you. So trust in the leading of God, but don't think, oh, I have I'm going to drink a whole big glass of vodka, and Father, in Jesus' name, bless this. Guys, you got to be lack of wisdom. Lack of knowledge, my people perish. Wisdom, knowledge, understanding, trifold cord. You got to be smart. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to give you some things that you can go by. Here's where you're probably going to have to take out a pencil and paper. If you have gastrointestinal problems and an irritated gut, this is what I did. First of all, stop. I know you're not going to like this, so don't get mad at me. I know you're already giving up your donuts. I'm sorry. You want me to lie to you? Oh no. Don't lie. Take these vitamins that I'm making money on. They'll make you healthy. Oh, God. All right. If you have gastrointestinal problems and an irritated gut, stop all irritants like wheat. Go gluten-free. One of the biggest irritants. Now, I make my own sourdough bread for Dennis because I don't eat bread. I have to stop. Now, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to start making gluten-free. That's what I'm going to have to do. And I'm trying to, I'm moving toward that. Okay. Refined sugar, alcohol. These are all like kerosene added to a fire. Yes, probiotics, but the right probiotics, not just any probiotic. Look up. Remember, God spoke to me and said, teach them to fish. Don't fish for them. Look up. Again, Google, wherever you look things up, and look up what you deal with. Irritable gut. I have IBS. I have whatever, blah, blah, blah. And look up the probiotics that work for that. And then one of the things that is really so comforting for a gut that's inflamed is slippery elm tea, slippery elm supplement. And then what you could do is when you get up in the morning, there's a couple things you can do. You want to wake up your organs. Okay. So you drink a glass of water, pure water, squeeze maybe a quarter or a half a lemon into it, and drink that before you touch anything. The other thing you can do is you can buy ginger pieces, and you can let those seep in pure boiled water, add fresh lemon juice to that, then take out the pieces of ginger, and that's great first on the morning too, to wake up your organs. It slows down aging of your body and helps your immune system. But let me tell you something, and I learned this the last couple of days. If you don't trust God in this whole process that I'm bringing you through, that will create an acidic condition in your body. Spirit, soul, body, all connected, guys. You got to get all of them. We're very concerned about our spirit. We forget about our soul being emotionally healthy, being happy. And then we forget about our body. When I was very thin, when I found Jesus, I gained 30 pounds in like 2 months. Very careful. Let me go to one other thing. Garlic. I'm going to tell you about a flu bomb in a minute. It's proven to be 6 times more potent than the antibiotic tetracycline. Did you hear that? 6 times more potent. So what do? You're sick. 3 large cloves a day. 3, not one little one, 3 big ones. Take it, crush it, grate it into a soup, a healthy soup, 3 times a day. Get a baked potato, put butter and garlic, mix it up, or a little olive oil and garlic, put it on your baked potato, get it in your body, okay? And then the flu bomb. This is what a flu bomb is. Use it for pneumonia, colds, sinuses, anything that this world throws at you, okay? Crush the garlic as much as you can handle. If you can handle this much, great. If you can handle this much to start off with, great. As much as you can handle. If you can handle like 2 or 3 smaller cloves, that's the best, all right? So you crush it with a garlic press or your head of a top of a spoon. Then you finally grate fresh ginger, 1/4 teaspoon into the cup. Add 1 drop of eucalyptus oil. If you don't have eucalyptus oil, 1 drop of tea tree oil, 1/4 to 1/3 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/2 lemon, and a teaspoon of honey. Now, don't put 3 tablespoons of honey because you're never going to get rid of the garlic and the ginger. It's just, I try it. It doesn't happen. So you all put all of that in a 1/3 to 1/2 of a cup of hot water. Do this 3 times a day when you're dealing with whatever you're dealing with. Eat light. Don't gorge yourself, and guaranteed by the 3rd day, it's gone. Okay. Other tips. Listen to this. I started doing this. Amazing. Castor oil, hair, my length. Okay. If you're a guy and you have short hair, or you're a woman have short hair, or you have longer hair, you probably can still use this. 1/4 cup of castor oil. Castor oil, FYI, is like a miracle. It's like a miracle in a bottle. Glass bottle. Castor oil, coconut oil, organic coconut oil, 1/4 cup of each. 8 drops of rosemary essence, okay? Helps hair regrowth. I actually read that someone was doing it every 2 weeks, putting it on their head, on their hair, leaving it for 8 hours, and then washing it out. Yes, you can sleep with it, washing it out, and then shampooing your hair with a good organic shampoo with no sulfates in clean water, and then fixing your hair. So every couple weeks you do this, and your hair supposedly starts regrowing, and a lot of the new growth has pigment back in it. Okay. Now, castor oil compresses for joint pain. Castor oil compresses for gout. Put castor oil all over a cloth, fold it up, put it on where it is. Tumors, benign or malignant, put it on there 3 times a day. You can reuse the same one, just add more. 3 times a day. It dissolves all of these things over time. Okay. Now look, there are many, many more. I'm just hearing a few of them, but if I didn't hit this, I would be amiss. Okay. Moringa, Moringa. I just started taking it, Dennis and I, about a week ago, already feeling the difference. It's Hollywood's biggest secret. It's called an anti-aging tree. Actually, American Indians call it Nabadi, which means the one that never dies. So let me explain to you a little bit about it, and I'm going to read this to you. Moringa contains properties that actually might help prevent cancer. For example, it contains niazimicin. Niazimicin, I don't know how you say it, Niazimicin, a compound that suppresses the development of cancer cells. According to scientists, the extracts of moringa leaf, bark, other areas of the plants kill cancer cells. It proves useful in treating breast, liver, colorectal, and other cancers. Moringa contains substances that acts against staphylococcus germs, what I'm dealing with. All this stuff, E. coli, mold, fungus, okay? It helps with contaminated water or food. It helps with diarrhea, symptoms of food poisoning. It treats mood and nervous disorders. It's an antioxidant that protects your nervous system. MS, Alzheimer's, neuropathic pain, depression. Scientists believe it has neuroprotective properties. It protects the cardiovascular system. Has incredible antioxidants, anti-inflammatories. It contains things such as quercetin, which I take, which helps with cardiovascular health, which prevents lipid formation and inflammation. It has cholesterol lowering properties. So add that list. I can't put everything. Treats diabetes, high blood pressure, and asthma. Dennis and I, now again, I'm not a doctor. I'm telling you through experience. Okay, that's it. Just what I think. We have both the powder that we add to hot water. I put a tea bag in, chamomile, but organic, okay, organic tea, or green tea, whatever. And then we mix in a half a teaspoon we're starting with of the moringa powder. We also take moringa in the pills when we're traveling. Okay, you can bump it up. You'll read about the powder a little at a time. You don't want to go full blown because it does a lot, and you'll feel the difference. So bottom line, here we go. You might have to go through this again and write some stuff down, but God made our bodies to heal themselves if we give them the right environment. Okay, clean air, pure food, not a lot of stimulants. Stay away from pesticides, all of that stuff. If we give our bodies the right environment, our body will heal itself. You don't need to get an antibiotic to cure a sinus infection. You don't need to get an antibiotic every time, antibiotic. You don't need it. You absolutely don't. God made our bodies to heal itself. We just need the right tools to live. And as I said, especially with food, one thing is, and this is true, you either live to eat or you eat to live. There is no other way around it, guys. That's it. That's my off the cuff. You have a question. I'm not saying I can answer it, but I will try. 3 question marks and then the question. Yeah, I don't take meds. Get her done. I see it. Don't go to doctors for a long time. Yeah. Now what people need to understand, you can, I love this. I love this. Where did that go? I got to put that up. Old Fashioned Heart said, coming into Wellville, and it coming out of Hellville, I guess is what you mean. Okay, hold on. We have a reverse osmosis system for drinking and cooking for pets. Drinking water. Thoughts? Yeah, reverse osmosis is good from what I know. Okay. Yeah. KV. Where are you? I just missed it. What brand of moringa? Dennis, can you go get that? Both of them that we use, the powder and the pills. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not taking any subscriptions. Okay, so let me just. Oh, no, Sean. No, don't drink out of a copper cup. No. Don't do that. You can't control the amount of copper. Listen, too much copper is bad too. Yeah, don't do that. Okay. How did I lose so much weight? Is that what you're asking? Nope. Hold on. How did I lose so much weight? Well, that was because, I said this last week. I lost 35 pounds, over 30 pounds. It's called The Plan. Okay. This woman says everything I'm saying. Her name is Lynn Janae Recitas. You can get this on Amazon, good books, everywhere. It's 3 days of detox. As you can see, I still have pages. And then 3 days of detox. And then you look for reactive foods. If you follow it, you lose a half a pound a day and you feel really, really good. Okay, here is what this is red. This looks red on there because of the green screen, but it's green. It's called Organic Spice Resource Moringa Leaf Powder. Okay, that's that. It's organic and it's non-GMO. And the other one, I can't find it. I'm sorry. The other one, let me see if I can hold on. Let me see if I can find it on Amazon. But look, this is the thing. This is what you do. I'm sorry. I got to get rid of that. I can't, Dennis is still looking. We had it. We have a bag pack. That's another long story. We're going to be traveling next week, and I'll explain that to you. But he's looking for it. But what you have to do is go on Amazon or somewhere else you want to buy this stuff and put in moringa leaf. And what you do is look for organic, non-GMO capsules. I would strongly suggest, though, if you do nothing else, get the powder. Okay. Hold on a second. What is this? Have you heard about black salve for skin tags and cancer? I have not, SW. I'm sorry to say. I don't know anything about that. Cast iron's good, Bonnie. Yeah, cast iron. You got your pans as well will leach. Okay, cast iron is the best, and stainless steel. What type of shower head should we be looking for? Not mine. Not my shower head, because I'm going to have to change it. Anything that will extract out the most chemicals possible, especially if it can extract out atrazine, Sean. Some people drink their first urination mercury capture there. Oh my God, no. Okay, no. Because I had mine checked. You don't want to put that back in your body. You don't want to put that back in your body. That is absolutely crazy. Let's see. A lot of baths. Yes. Yeah, it's definitely better. Absolutely 100%. Let's see. What is this? Look up Dr. Young's masterpiece. Was very seen in 30 years. The Lord spoke to me about what you're talking about. Now I'm 78 years old. Whoever wants to look it up, you can. I can't recommend it, even though Barbara, thank you for that. I don't know. Copper pulls things out. Actually, the thing that pulls it out is copper is going to pull nothing out of anything if you are not draining. If you're not draining properly, okay, Dennis found it. Thank you, honey. All right, here it is. All right, there it is again. I can see through. All right, it's called Bee Leaf Nature Moringa Green Superfood. Okay, that's it. You can't see it. Okay, the best I can do. So that's that. Look, what you have to realize, and I'm going to get off. Charcoal water filter again. Mary, it depends on what it says it will remove. But this is what you have to be careful of. There are binders, all right? After you have cleansed yourself and you've got good drainage going, and that takes usually 4 to 6 weeks, all right, on supplements that will open up drainage passageways. Then you get a detox and a binder that you can have with food. See, when you have a charcoal binder, I know because I've taken it, you can't have it with food because it will bind to the good vitamins and flush those as well. So no, you want to find a detox after you drain. You want to find a detox that has a binder in it that you can have with food, because then you don't have to worry about that. Let's see. I think that's it. Okay. Yeah, cilantro is a heavy metal detox. Gigi, so is what is that, Dennis? That chlorophyll and chlorella. Problem. It doesn't work if you're clogged. And you won't know if you're clogged. So I think the best thing to do is actually go and look for a drainage supplement that will drain your lymph system and your colon and really get yourself going, and do that for a month and then do that, because you could be detoxing and living everything in your tissues and organs. You don't know. You don't know. So that's it. All right. I think that's it. Anyway, good. I don't know, Sharon, about a good colon cleanse. That's not what I mean, actually. Again, the spike protein detox. That's not good. It really isn't good. You're going to take the spike proteins and stick them in an organ. If your body can't drain, I got to say it 1,000,000 times. I know this is unusual for some of you. Detoxing only works. Look, let me give you an analogy. Okay. You got a beautiful water faucet. You've got pure water running through it. The best water, pure. And you've got a plug on the water faucet. But that water's perfect that's coming in. What is it going to do? Are you ever going to get that water? No, because it's not draining. You got to drain. You got to drain. Okay, great. All right, real quick, this OTC Friday, don't forget, double-decker Delora Day, Friday night, what I got planned. That's on Rumble, Delora OBrien, The Gathering. And then same place, Gathering Solomon's Porch, Sunday night, our online church service, 6 p.m. Eastern Sunday night. This is called, Jenna gave it to me, sent it over, and it comes in 2 colors, stretchy. I don't say lasagna anymore. Okay, what can I say? Lot of stretch for eating a bushel of kale. That's what I'm saying. It's called Cool Fashion Rib Top. It comes in 2 colors. And the necklace. Look at this, baby. 24 inches. It is a toggle. Look at that. Toggle. I love it. It has an Austrian crystal that's bling bling, an angel feather, and God's got this on it. It comes in 4 styles. It also comes with a little black onyx and another in a thing. And it comes in 24 inch, comes in 30 inch. There's 4 styles. Go get it. Go help us out. Always, U.S. shipping is free. And Welcome 10 is a discount for those who have not bought anything yet on joyandcountry.com. Again, guys, I'm telling you, there's a limited amount of these. A believer, a patriot that we have fallen in love with makes these. And they're just gorgeous. And it's just beautiful. She lives in the United States. So anyway, love you all. And I will see you Friday. And if you have any questions, just write to me. I get a lot. So, just hang on and wait for me to get back to you. All right. And Father, I pray the grace of God on everyone that's listening. In Jesus' name, Lord, give them grace to move into a place where their body can receive health of the body you have given us. Love you all. Ciao. Go in the power of God. I'll see you Friday for a doubleheader. Bye now.